Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Serena Williams' former coach names Coco Gauff as future #1, but only if she changes one aspect of her game. Coco Gauff has already achieved incredible success at just 21 years old, winning 2 Grand Slam titles and reaching world #3 in the rankings. Yet, despite her rapid rise, the American star is still being told that one major weakness could prevent her from claiming the top spot in women's tennis. The criticism came into sharper focus after her 2025 U.S. Open round of 16 defeat to Naomi Osaka, where Jack Sock didn't mince words. Honestly, it's been a bit of a struggle, the former American tennis star admitted. He added bluntly, "She's got to find that serve." And now, perhaps most notably, former Serena Williams coach Rick Matchie has weighed in. Matchie, who famously worked with the 23-time Grand Slam champion during her early years, believes Gauff is destined for greatness if she fixes one crucial area of her game. Sharing his perspective on X, Matchie wrote, "Because Coco fights and can fly, she never says goodbye. Her serve will become her best shot, and she can contend again for the #1 spot. If she is reprogrammed with the more compact, explosive ATP forehand, the Delray dart will be #1 in the land." At Coco Gauff, a flaw Gauff is determined to fix. Serving has been a recurring challenge for Gauff, drawing comments from coaches, analysts, and even her fellow players. Earlier this year, she parted ways with longtime coach Matt Daly and sought the expertise of biomechanics specialist Gavin McMillan and coach Jean-Christophe Forel, both credited with helping Aryna Sabalenka fix similar issues in her game. "I'm not going to waste my time playing the way I don't want to play," Gauff explained when addressing the coaching change. Her struggles have not gone unnoticed. Former doubles great Rennie Stubbs criticized the lack of progress on her serve, saying on her podcast, "But my God, like her serve, I don't understand why now she has literally 2 coaches. Nothing has changed on her serve, like the ball toss is so far ahead of her on the second serve." The numbers tell the story. Gauff has already racked up more than 320 double faults this season, something she openly admits must change. "I know I probably won't be ever double fault free, but if I could get that to 2%, 3%, it would make a big difference in just making these matches a lot easier," she acknowledged. Experts believe time is on her side. Despite the ongoing scrutiny, many in the tennis world believe Gauff's best days are still ahead. Former American pro Steve Johnson recently explained on the Nothing Major podcast how her inconsistent serve affects the rest of her game. When a player struggles to serve consistently, as Gauff has, it places added pressure on other areas like the forehand, backhand, and movement, eventually leading to a breakdown on court. Still, Johnson emphasized that she has plenty of time to make the necessary adjustments. "She's going to figure it out. She won a slam this year. She's still 3 in the world, lots of time left for her," he said. As for Gauff herself, she has made it clear that self-improvement is part of her identity. "For me, I just want to get better. I'm obsessed with the process of getting better," she said before the U.S. Open. While she admitted that obsession can sometimes feel overwhelming, she insisted it gives her clarity about her goals. If Matchie's prediction holds true, then addressing her serving woes may not only help Gauff solidify her status among the elite, but also pave the way for her to fulfill her destiny as the world's best player. Serena Williams' former coach names Coco Gauff as future #1, but only if she changes one aspect of her game. The weight of prophecy has always hovered over Coco Gauff. Since the day she beat Venus Williams on the grass of Wimbledon at just 15 years old, headlines have wrapped her in the armor of destiny. She was not only seen as the next great American hope, but the inheritor of a lineage that Serena and Venus carved out of resilience, power, and unapologetic brilliance. But prophecy can be double-edged. It inspires, but it also demands. It fuels dreams, but it can suffocate under pressure. And now, Serena Williams' former coach, the man who once helped refine the greatest champion of her generation, has placed another prophecy on Gauff. She will be world #1, but only if she changes one aspect of her game. The whisper that turned into a headline. Patrick Mouratoglou is no stranger to bold predictions. The Frenchman has trained champions, built academies, and reshaped careers. When he speaks, the tennis world listens. Recently, he turned his gaze toward Gauff. She has everything to become number one, he said. Her mentality, her speed, her defense, it's all there. But she needs to change one thing. She must learn to dictate the game, not just react to it. Those words, simple, almost surgical, cut through the noise of endless Gauff debates. They didn't dismiss her greatness. They didn't exaggerate her flaws. They pointed directly at the fork in the road where her future lies. Coco's arsenal. To understand why Mouratoglu's warning matters, one must first see what Gauff already has. Speed. Few players cover the court like Coco. Her ability to track down balls makes her opponents feel like they're playing against a wall. Defense. Her backhand, compact and reliable, has already been compared to a fortress. Mental toughness. She thrives in long rallies, in comeback situations, in high-pressure points. The roar she lets out after breaking serve has become one of the iconic sounds of modern tennis. Serve potential. Though inconsistent at times, her serve can be a weapon, reaching speeds that rival the best. And yet, these strengths sometimes mask a hesitation. The one flaw Mouratoglu insists she must change. The one aspect holding her back. What does dictating the game mean in practice? It is the difference between being the storm and surviving it. Right now, Gauff's instinct is to survive. She retrieves, absorbs, and counterpunches. Against lower-ranked players, this is enough. Her athleticism overwhelms them. But against the elites, Swiatek, Sabalenka, Rybakina, survival isn't enough. They bring the firepower, and if Gauff stays in retreat, the scoreboard tips against her. Mouratoglu's call is clear. She must step into the court, take risks, and trust her forehand. The forehand question. For years, analysts have circled Gauff's forehand as the weak link. Compared to her fluid backhand, the forehand has been described as stiff, mechanical, even fragile. Opponents target it mercilessly, knowing it can break down under pressure. Gauff herself has acknowledged the criticism. I hear it all the time, she once admitted, but I also know I can fix it. Fixing it, however, doesn't only mean technical adjustments. It means transforming her mindset, turning that shot from a liability into a weapon. And that requires more than mechanics. It requires belief. Serena's shadow. It is impossible to separate Mouratoglu's advice from his history with Serena. Serena Williams didn't just react. She dictated. Her serve was not merely a starting shot. It was a statement. Her forehand was not just a swing. It was a message. She won matches by seizing control, by bending the rhythm of rallies to her will. Mouratoglu sees the same potential in Coco, but only if she steps out of Serena's shadow and into her own light. Serena taught us that to dominate, you must make your opponent play on your terms, he said. Coco can do the same, but she must embrace that part of herself. The fear of change. Changing a game style is no small task. Tennis history is littered with prodigies who tried to reinvent themselves, only to lose the essence that made them special. The risk for Gauff is real. If she pushes too hard to dictate, she might lose the defensive brilliance that makes her unique. But Mouratoglu believes she can merge the two. She doesn't need to abandon her defense. She needs to add to it. Once she learns to switch gears, to defend when necessary but also attack when possible, she'll be unstoppable. The evidence of growth. We've already seen glimpses of this evolution. At the 2023 U.S. Open, where Gauff won her first Grand Slam, she didn't just run down balls. She stepped forward. She took risks. In the final against Aryna Sabalenka, she began by absorbing power, but then turned defense into offense, redirecting Sabalenka's missiles with precision. That match was a blueprint. It showed what happens when Gauff dares to dictate, not just defend. The question is whether she can sustain that style over months, years, entire seasons. The pressure of future number one. Predictions can inspire, but they can also weigh heavily. Being called a future number one is both crown and chain. Every loss feels magnified, every flaw broadcasted. Gauff has already experienced this. After defeats to Swiatek, critics flood social media with doubts. She's not aggressive enough. She'll never be number one if she plays like this. But Mouratoglu's prophecy reframes the narrative. It doesn't say she can't. It says she will if. And that if is both challenge and motivation. The mental battlefield. If there's one arena where Gauff may already be number one, it is mentality. Her ability to rebound from setbacks, her maturity in press conferences, her openness about pressure, all of these signal a champion in the making. And perhaps that is why Muratoglu is confident she can make the necessary change. Adjusting a stroke is technical. Adjusting a mindset is monumental. Gauff has already shown she can do the latter. What the change could mean. If Gauff embraces this shift, the ripple effects could reshape women's tennis. Against Swiatek, instead of being pushed deep behind the baseline, she could step in, robbing IGA of time and disrupting her rhythm. Against Sabalenka, by countering power with power, she could neutralize Sabalenka's first strike dominance. Against Rybakina, she could force Rybakina into uncomfortable rallies, using her speed not just to defend but to flip points. The change wouldn't guarantee wins, but it would guarantee a new level of threat. A Coco Gauff who doesn't just endure matches, but controls them. A future beyond rankings. Of course, the conversation isn't only about world number one. It's about legacy. Serena's former coach isn't just predicting rankings, he's predicting impact. If Gauff can make this change, she won't just climb to the top of the WTA ladder. She'll inspire a new generation of players who see that flaws aren't fatal, they're foundations. She'll redefine the way defense and offense coexist. She'll be remembered not just for titles, but for transformation. Closing reflection. Coco Gauff stands at a crossroads. She has already achieved more than most players dream of. She has lifted a Grand Slam, beaten legends, captured hearts. But the prophecy remains, future number one, if she dares to change.